Welcome back to the Rack Warehouse YouTube channel. Today, we are taking a look at the OutWay Hanging Bike Rack from Thule. The OutWay is available in both a 2 and 3 bike configuration, and it works with a variety of different vehicles. It attaches to the vehicle with clips that wedge underneath your trunk or hatch on the bottom, and arms that extend up to the highest points on the rear of your vehicle to secure the top half of the rack. Locks come pre-installed with knobs to lock the bike rack to your vehicle, and a locking cable is integrated into one of the arms to lock your bikes to the OutWay. 2 sets of pads come with the OutWay, these flat pads which are used for hatchbacks and SUVs, and these L-shaped pads for sedans, which are meant to be mounted on the lip of the trunk. To begin installing the OutWay, open your trunk or hatch slightly in order to position the bottom clips. If you have a power tailgate, refer to Thule's instructions for guidance on how to accommodate this while installing the bottom clips. You'll want to slowly close the hatch while holding the rack into position until it's fully closed and wedged underneath. Next, release these levers on each side of the rack to allow the rack to telescope up into position on your vehicle. For SUVs and hatchbacks, Thule recommends placing the rack on the glass just below the rear wiper. Do not place it any higher. Once you have the rack lined up, you can turn the knobs located right above the pads to adjust the angle on the glass for a better fit. It's the same for sedans. You'll just want to line up the pads on the lip of your trunk, like so. With the pads in position, you're ready to attach the anchor cables of the rack to the top of your trunk or hatch. You may need to loosen the knobs first prior to doing so to give the cable more slack. Attach the cable and extend it up and over the spoiler on your vehicle and allow the clips to rest just behind the spoiler. Tighten the knobs on both sides of the rack to tension the cables. Once they are at the correct spec, the knobs will no longer tighten and an audible clicking noise can be heard. With the rack tight, go ahead and lock it up. There's a lock on each knob, so make sure to get both sides. Finally, make sure to close these levers at the bottom of the rack. With that, the process of installing the OutWay on your vehicle is complete. If you don't intend to immediately load your bikes, you'll want to leave the arms down like this. When you're ready to load a bike, you'll need to open the levers on the arms to unfold them. You may need to adjust the knobs on top of the levers prior to doing so if they're too loose or too tight. There is a scale that remains in place for your reference while you unfold the arms. This is to help you align them properly. Once you have the arms where you want them, close the levers once again. Thule calls for the arms to have roughly a 5% angle to them, not completely level. If your bike doesn't fit within the cradles, you can adjust the distance between them. Just release the same levers you used to raise the arms, and slide the arms closer in or farther apart depending on your needs. Just make sure to adjust both, and that they are even. Now, load your bikes. If you only have one bike like we do, load it in the innermost cradle. Route the strap over the frame of the bike, making sure that the rubber protector is properly placed to protect the finish of the bike, or brake cables in our case. With that in place, ratchet the strap down to secure the bike. Repeat this for both straps. Thule includes a set of rubber anti-sway straps with the OutWay. Attach the first ones to the leg of the rack in the down tube of the bike, and the second on the down tube as well, connecting both bikes for additional stabilization. A strap to tie up the wheel of the bikes is also included to make sure they don't get tangled up while on the road. Once you have your bikes loaded, go ahead and remove the integrated locking cable from its housing and extend it up and over the bikes, and into the cutout on the arm. Then, lock it up. Thank you for checking out our video on the Thule OutWay Hanging Bike Rack. If you have any questions about the product, give us a call at 1-800-272-5362 or send us an email to info@rackwarehouse.com.